Alright, so let's start by imagining one of those lazy summer mornings where you wake up and spend the day at the pool enjoying the sunny skies. Now, in contrast, imagine waking up at 6 o'clock to your alarm playing you the sound of its people and rushing to put your shoes on to run. Acknowledge that between the two of those options, most of us, myself included, would probably prefer the first option. Running at base level sounds fun to no one, but before you zone out because running just isn't for you, know that it's one of the fastest growing sports around the world, according to the work of sports policy professor Dr. Jerwin Scherderer, and is researched by thousands of researchers around the world. My personal love for running began when I was a 12-year-old, shaped like a string bean, who joined the track team in hopes of finding some friends and maybe some self-confidence whatsoever. And I'm still doing it today, and I have much more self-confidence and just a group of friends who I believe made me who I am today. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to convince you that if you wake up at 6 o'clock every morning and run 4 miles, your life will magically be changed. But I do want you to know that for just 15 minutes a day, running has physical and emotional benefits that most sports do not. Scientifically though, what makes running so much better than any other exercise? It's because it's always accessible and it's easily attainable. An article by Wes Judd, a health and fitness writer for Runner's World magazine, presents a study of almost 60,000 people ages 18 through 100 who ran for just 1 to 2 hours a week. They cut their chances of death from both cancer and heart disease in half. Heart disease being the leading cause of death in America, people should know that 15 of their 14,040 minutes a day could prevent it. And a lot of people would jump on board if they knew this. That's what makes it so great. Jumping on board is so easy. You don't need weights or a gym membership or any kind of special gear. All you need is your body, a pair of tennis shoes, and the willingness to get out the door and do something for yourself. Running offers recreational clubs and races from anywhere to 3 to 100 miles, and they're a great opportunity to delve into the world of running and meet some like-minded athletes along the way. With such a large community, running resources are everywhere, and there's never been an easier time to start than today. As shown in this infographic by Run Repeat, a statistical database for athletes, marathon running has tripled in size in Russia and China, and almost worldwide has grown by 13%. That's 800 million people over a span of 6 years. This inclusive and rapidly growing community plays a big part in the benefits you can gain when you decide to get up and lace up. How many different kinds of people can you see in this image? The studies we're about to go through offer sports to people of any gender, race, age, or previous activity level, and they've fallen in love with running because of the good it does for our bodies. Running has huge emotional benefits. For example, what do you do when you feel lonely, anxious, or stressed? Maybe binge watch The Office on Netflix all day or take a nap. Studies from the University of Pennsylvania claim that psychology in runners, in comparison to non-active populations, doubles their rate of hippocampus growth. And for those of you like me who don't know what a hippocampus does, it's responsible for improving memory and reducing anxiety. And of course, everyone knows, thanks to Elle Woods, that exercising gives you endorphins, and endorphins make you happy. But did you know that running in particular increases blood flow in the brain, and it requires high amounts of oxygen to move through your body? This increase in blood flow keeps your brain sharp, almost acting like an anti-aging pill, and increases energy for long work days. Think about it. If you can convince yourself to do a 3-mile run, what would one more file at the office seem like? Probably a nice run in the park. Similarly, running on complex trails or through busy cities is shown to teach our brains to problem solve at a very fast pace. An article I mentioned earlier from Wes Judd cited a University of North Carolina study, which claimed that runners literally had a younger appearing brain, with more gray matter linked to memory than other athletes. Dr. Justice Ortega, a kinesiology expert at Humboldt State University, said, "What I found incredibly rewarding was the social benefits of meeting different people, the emotional benefits of how it made me feel, the opportunity to see wildernesses all over our country that I probably would never have seen. You couldn't put enough anti-aging pills together to have that happen." His is just one of the many testimonies that speak of the psychological and personal influences that running creates. As if decreased stress, better memory, and more energy wasn't enough, running also offers a myriad of physical benefits. Running, though physically taxing, benefits athletes and non-athletes of any kind. The American Heart Association states on their official website that the benefits of walking for 15 minutes a day, reduced risk of diabetes, high blood pressure, and high cholesterol, can be attained in just 5 minutes of running. Similarly, Medical Diary claims that on average length, runners lengthen their lifespan by an average of 3 years. So, besides the noticeable muscle gain runners gain, there are far deeper things on the surface level than fitness. The unseen benefits, like lung capacity, better blood pressure, and cholesterol, and overall longevity, are what makes running such an investment in not only your life, but those around you. Of course, I couldn't talk about how good running is for your body without talking about the common myth that it's bad for your joints. It seems obvious that repetitively pounding your feet on concrete would be harmful to your body because your knees would absorb all the shock and pressure. But on an Everyday Health article by Debbie Strong, the input of 6 orthopedic doctors and health professionals concludes that with proper stretching, good form, and being attentive to previous injuries and sudden mileage increase, there is no factual proof that running causes arthritis, osteoporosis, or joint damage. In fact, physical activity of any kind, as long as you're not overdoing it, decreases your chances of joint deterioration, in the words of Runner's World magazine writer Judy Kettler. And for those of us who are already athletes, playing another sport, running can be beneficial as well. Using different muscle groups and practicing endurance workouts can add to your skill set, which is why so many coaches encourage their athletes to run for conditioning purposes. So, in closing, I encourage you to reflect on the words of basketball star Michael Jordan. You must expect great things from yourself before you can do them. I hope that there's if one thing you take away from this speech, it's that the human body is capable of so much more than we give it credit for. And when we believe and act on the potential greatness inside of us, we can accomplish great things. From increased energy and productivity to lower blood pressure and longer lifespan, running offers significant physical and emotional benefits to anyone who is willing to commit their time and take hold of their true potential. So I hope the next time you find yourself at the gym or binge watching again, that you'll consider taking advantage of this great tool and join the millions of people around the world who are reaping the benefits of running. Thank you for listening.